All right, cool. We in. So yes, Arsenal only. This is for the
Top of the league.
people saying at top of the table in Europe and in England. It's a it's a, it's a
People who
it's a
barely
different
let in any
feeling.
goals.
Best defense in the league. Arguably, close to the
Bro,
best stack in the league right now too.
we're talking so freely. It's so nice.
It's how are you feeling? So we're going to Wembley.
Honestly, we deserve it, man. I don't think it's been 6 years since we've been in a final.
Because what
So
he picked up right at the semis is when Unai left.
yeah, yep. So it's
So
time
yeah,
for us to win a trophy. I feel like if we beat Man City and we win at Wembley, it'll break that mental block we have with them, man.
honestly, I'm big on the mentality and that culture around the club. But that win over Chelsea, and we'll get into like the game itself in a bit. But that win, the way we were celebrating, that might
Yeah,
be
man.
it, man. That might be it.
Yeah, because the players are realizing like, oh my gosh, it's actually real. We're
Yeah,
in a final, and the
with
season's
that
not done
close.
yet. Because most teams get to a final, the season's done. They don't have anything else to play for. We're still in every single competition, man.
Right. And I think usually we play this final, don't we? Aren't we supposed to play this in February?
I think so, yeah. So that would be
So
nice to collect a trophy.
well, we're not going to play in February now, so they pushed it back. But I think originally how they used to do this tournament was it would finish in February. It was the first, domestic cup that we would get through in England. But now how it's
Yeah.
looking is, I don't know if you saw,
I think it's in March, right?
it's in March, and potentially now we might be facing Man City 4 times.
With Champions League as well.
Potential, there might be a
That'd be
draw.
crazy. That'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. So
We
we would
still
have
we
them.
still have to play them in the league.
Exactly. So it would be the final,
Yeah.
two
Sheesh.
Champions League games, and then a league game.
Man, Arteta
So
and Pep would never, no more inviting them to Christmas dinner, no
this is
more
it.
Thanksgivings
End of a
together.
relationship.
Yeah,
So,
I would
but
love to
we'll
see that,
get we'll
man.
get into the Man City matches up in a minute. Let's start with the Chelsea game, all right? Because there's some mixed emotions, mixed feelings in the fan base.
Yeah,
Everyone
man.
has, their master's degree in coaching Arsenal. So, how did you feel, man? How did you feel about the game? Second leg,
um,
1-0.
Honestly, I felt like it was very tactical. I felt like they were trying to out tactic us when really they needed to just get a goal. I thought Chelsea would have come out, playing a little differently, but it was like they forgot that they had to actually come out and score against us. We could have won that game 0-0. So I was confused at what they were trying to do.
Apparently, the tactic was that what the last 30 minutes of the game, putting their
Yeah, we're gonna
firepower.
try and do something now. Bring on Cole Palmer with no rhythm. But
Yeah,
also, I thought it was kind of cool to see what's his name, Rossinier, the coach for
yeah,
Chelsea.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching highlights of him playing at Hull, and it's funny because that game where Santi Cazorla scores that free kick and Aaron Ramsey scores that banger, he was on the field for Hull during that game. So that's kind of funny. That was kind of
Interesting.
funny to see.
And I
But
think I think he has Hull coming up too. Anyway, in the Chelsea
yeah,
league. Yeah.
and then I saw the way he was trying to throw off our corner kick tactics. He was leaving men up. I was like, I
I
hope other
saw
teams.
that.
I
That
hope other
was
teams try that
that was
because
interesting because they were leaving what? They were leaving three on top of the box.
yeah,
Yeah,
for a counter attack, which is dangerous.
I'm not mad at that.
No,
You
I
know,
like to see I like to see coaches instead of, oh, Arsenal, all they do is score on corners. Do something then.
Beat
Do
us.
something about it.
Yeah,
Like we were talking about earlier. Do other teams take corners for fun? Like, why is everyone mad that we can score on corners? Like it's so difficult to score a corner.
I
It's so
saw
difficult to score any set piece.
any set piece, and I think I saw a video. Dan Burn from Newcastle, he was talking about it, and he was talking about how it starts from the positioning of David Raya. Wherever David Raya stands
Mm,
is how they're setting up their corner. And
mm.
he was mentioning something about how it was color coded too, but he was just like, "Yo, you have to give them respect because if you look at it statistically, it's hard to score from set pieces,
So
throw-ins."
hard. So hard.
So why are we mad at a team now that's able to
Yeah,
score from the
man, to
set piece?
utilize it,
Exactly.
because it's supposed to be a reward. A free kick a corner kick, any kind of set piece is supposed to be a reward to the team that was either fouled or if the goalie pushes it out of bounds. So,
Exactly.
and look at Dan Burn. He's 6'5". Like he would be
And
a
that's why he
monster at
respects
set
it, because
pieces,
him off a header.
Exactly. And then the other thing is, like we brought up before, David Raya, shortest keeper in the league. Why aren't teams doing what Arsenal does to other teams? I don't understand.
Bully him in the box.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully
sense.
they don't. But
so overall, the Chelsea game, you positive for you?
Yeah, because it was nice to see Madueke play. It was nice to know that if our stars fall off, we have depth that can come in, because we can't run our players into the ground anymore like seasons past. We can't do that.
It worked because we won. Now, if we had tied the game and gone to penalties, would we be saying the same thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
And that's all I was looking at, because and first of all, shout out to Carrots again. Scoring against Chelsea and then celebrating, pointing to the badge.
The badge.
That's cold-blooded. I love to see that.
I love it.
So
did you see him and Madueke celebrating together? They looked at each other. They were like, "Hey."
Two Chelsea boys. So on paper, you're looking at the paper result. Yeah, Arsenal won 1-0. I mean, we should have put them away in the first leg, to be honest. They shouldn't have scored 2 goals in the first leg.
Martinelli should have had a goal as well.
But on paper, it looks like an Arteta masterclass, because they couldn't score in regular time. It wasn't we scored in the last kick of the game, pretty much.
Pretty much, man. That Declan Rice pass is underrated too, on his weak foot.
It was
to make sure that he was to make sure Havertz stayed onside. Yeah.
Now, so I heard a couple scenarios, right? So in this situation, it was Chelsea, so we're better than Chelsea anyway. So them, having to score like multiple goals to beat us, it was never going to happen, especially with our defense. But that same situation in the Champions League second leg semi-final now. We have that same score, right? But now we're playing PSG. Now we're playing a Real Madrid or a Man City. Do you want to see Arsenal go out there and score early and put the game away, or play how we did against Chelsea and let them beat us and then hopefully score at the end?
Honestly, I feel like you have to ask me that next season, because this season, all I care about is the results. All I care about is trophies. I feel like if Arsenal can win some trophies this year, maybe next year we'll see players like Eze and Odegaard and Martinelli play with more freedom. Everyone is so worried about bottling it. Everyone is so scared that they might end up empty-handed this season, that players are playing inside of a box, to where if I go outside this box and make a mistake, that could be the mistake that everyone looks back on. Because
the league.
Last season, everyone talks about Aston Villa. Season before that, everyone talks about Brentford and how we lost these games.
Yeah, even in this cup, we lost to Newcastle.
Exactly. No one wants to be the player that's like, dang, it was me that game, like the Gerrard slip. No one at Arsenal wants that this season. So the way I see it, if that's Champions League semifinal, I want us to play for the win, because listen, man, if Arsenal wins a single trophy, 2 trophies, if Arsenal win the treble next season, I want to see nutmegs, back heels. I want to see no-look passes. I want to see Arsenal play in the way that made the world fall in love with our club.
You got a stronger heart than me, bro. I already ruined you. The 4-2, 4-3 against a PSG, and it's the 87th minute, bro. My hands are sweating.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's going to be... The thing is, this season is going to have a lot of hand sweat and nail biting moments for us, because
every game from here on out is a final.
I'm telling you, man, it's our time to finally be the bride. It's our time to finally, to be in first place, and you know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for that guard of honor that clubs are gonna have to give us, because I just feel like
we deserve it.
We deserve it, man. We've been playing the best football progressively over the past 5 seasons. We've been the most improved team.
And we did it the right way. So we deserve to win
the right way.
I've heard a lot of talk of people saying it's Man City and not having the best season, they're not performing at the best. Man City win every game from here on out. They're still finishing with like 85 points plus.
Yeah, I don't want to hear.
You know what I mean?
About them, man. Like,
that's still a quality team.
They're such a top side, man. If any player in the world any striker in the world had the numbers that Haaland had, they'd be going to Madrid or Barca. So I don't want to hear anything from City about, oh, we're not playing that good. You got the best coach. Y'all spent what? Y'all bought what? 12 players? Come on, man.
Yeah, and spent
And
what,
now
like
they
90
complain and
plus
they're like,
million
oh,
in January.
Mark Gay, he can't play in the final. What are we gonna do?
That's
Come
all that
on.
because he scored against us with Palace in what was that, the quarters?
Yeah. There's rules for a reason. Man City's probably like, hey, what's one more broken rule, all right?
I know Semenyo is going to be able to play, but even then, it's going to be. So let's get into that. So we played them 4 times now, and this is crunch time. March is going to be a tough month, man. You know, if we beat them 4 times, that's the league in our hand.
The mentality of City against Arsenal has changed ever since we whooped them 5-1 and we was playing around with them.
We're not scared of them like that.
That's when we was like, hold up, we can really hang with these boys. Then we're seeing them tie Sunderland. We're seeing them lose to teams that, honestly, Steph, let me say something real serious now. This goes to show how good Kevin De Bruyne really was.
Oh, yeah.
This guy was so good. He was able to catch Arsenal every time. This guy was so good. They won the treble. I'm not saying that he's the make all and break all, but it's looking like, I mean, who is their guy who's going to grab a game by the scruff, you know?
Even when they had Fernandinho,
maybe. Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, the midfielder they have now, what's his name? The Reinders.
Yeah.
He's not on that level.
He's not a bad player, but
he's not a Rodri. He's not a De Bruyne.
He's doing well for his first season in the Premier League, but he's not, a Fernandinho. He's not a David Silva. He's not those kind of players that City had along with Pep is why they became what they became. Like, as good as Haaland could score 100 goals in a season, for me, he's not touching Kun Aguero at City. The skill level and the level of football. That's just me. Like, you know how I am. Numbers are a great thing, but Kun Aguero, that man was.
I would love to ask a City
next level, man.
That same question. That's an interesting one because
next level.
Kun Aguero scoring that. What was that off of a Balotelli assist? You know, when it was against QPR, them type of moments. You're right. Haaland don't have that yet. It doesn't matter how many goals he scores.
Because right now, what City's going to turn into, and people are going to laugh at this, but what City is looking like is a Newcastle with Alan Shearer, a Blackburn with Alan Shearer, because Haaland's going to stay. They're paying him too good.
10 years.
He's going to stay. He's going to end up like an Alan Shearer. He's going to have all these goals, and they're going to be like, oh, well,
all these records.
What'd you do with it, though? At least he got some Premier Leagues early. Because
you got his Champions League. You got his Champions League.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, City are going to go a long time without any major trophies, the way Arsenal's looking, the way Champions League is looking.
This is going to be interesting now, right? Because every single game is a final at this point, right?
Yes. It's true.
And right now, we're not used to seeing Arsenal go in there and batter teams. It's going to be like, you beat us, and if you can't beat us, then we're going to get one goal, and that's how we're going to win the game.
Yeah.
Man City 4 times. Let's play a game. What are we looking at? We win the final.
Yeah. We win the final. Because here's the thing. And honestly, shout out my dad, because I feel like he has mystical voodoo powers. Any player that he doesn't like on the squad either gets a red card or an injury. A few seasons ago, my dad didn't like Xhaka, red card.
Okay.
Same thing with Moreno. My dad's not a Moreno fan. He's injured for the rest of the season. So
is it the rest of the season?
It's the rest of the season. They didn't want to say it, but it's the rest of the season. I'm pretty sure he has a broken bone in his foot. So what I'm thinking is that means that Eze is going to have to get more game time in the middle.
For sure.
What did Eze do to Man City with a team like Crystal Palace? No disrespect, but Arsenal's team is above Crystal Palace, and they still went to City and took it to them.
Facts. So we might see the free Eze. We might see Eze on the list at this
free
point.
Eze, man.
Which would be nice.
And then I'm thinking to myself, this is the time to play City 4 times when they don't have Ruben Diaz, when they don't have...
That's what I was going to say. I'd rather see a City than a Liverpool, honestly. I'm not going to say the other team, but I'd rather see them than see a Liverpool. Because they're suffering right now, and they don't have.
And the Prem is the Prem, but if you look at City's schedule compared to Arsenal's schedule,
it's a tough schedule.
I mean, theirs is way tougher than ours.
they still have to play Liverpool, I think. Let me pull it up actually. Hold on.
Yeah, I think they have to play us, Liverpool, and Chelsea still.
Okay. And then for us, I know we have Sunderland coming up this weekend.
And that's going to be a good match. That'll be a good match for us.
Yo, every game is a final because
And everyone
Sunderland
keeps
for
saying
us.
things like, oh, Sunderland, this and that. Sunderland doesn't have anything to focus on except the Premier League. That's why they're doing so well, man. They got a good squad, a good coach, and the Stadium of Light it's a magical place, obviously.
How is Shaka? Is he available for this game?
I hope he is, honestly, because I don't want any excuses. That's the other thing. I'm tired
they don't
of,
have Shaka. Yeah, because we're going against teams that everyone's expecting us to lose to or tie to or drop points to, and we're doing our job. Obviously the Man United was a bit of a slip up, and us Arsenal fans, I said this in the big pod, we're fickle because, like I said, if Arteta's tactics against Chelsea didn't work, we'd be having a different pod. But hey, we won, so we're allowed to be happy right now. We're allowed to be giddy.
Yeah.
So we have Sunderland, then Brentford, and then we got Wigan in the FA Cup. Look at that, 4th round. That should be easy dub for us.
Yeah, another confidence boosting game,
City have Liverpool up next Sunday, and then Fulham, Salford, and then Newcastle. I'm a little disappointed in Newcastle, to be honest. Did you watch that second leg of the game?
Yeah, I feel like they just kind of they're like, look, man,
sentence, bro. It's so poor.
Yeah, and I'm tired of seeing old Arsenal players go to these clubs and then they're not using them properly. Like, I know Joe Willock's not a world breaker, man, but he should be getting way more time at Newcastle. Either that, or they should have kept it real with him instead of buying all these other midfielders after him.
Like, yeah, that's not gonna work for you, man. It's not gonna work.
But nah, City came in and took care of business. I didn't think anything else was gonna happen besides a Newcastle loss in that game, honestly.
Unfortunately, I was hoping for something, but yeah. Let's see. It's on the board. We ran over the Chelsea game. We're looking good in Europe right now. Trying to think. It was a quick one.
I'm trying to see if let's say Mourinho is done for this season, right? It's gonna be because of Arteta. It's gonna be Rice, Zubimendi, and most likely Odegaard. But what I've noticed that he's doing is he's kind of letting Odegaard finish the games when the teams are more tired and there's more space. So I feel like I don't mind the rotation. I also feel like we say before, Arteta doesn't protect players, and maybe he's learning how to do that now. So instead of letting Odegaard play games and people just banter him, he's letting them come in when teams are tired. He's letting them come in when there's more space. I'm pretty sure he came off the bench and got 2 assists, not against Chelsea, but in the last game at Leeds. So
let's see. How is what they saying for the Saka injury?
Sheesh. I hope that that, like I said, I don't think he's been fit since his surgery. I think he got cleared to play, and then obviously Bukayo Saka being 24 years old, he's like, I'm good to go. But I don't like I said, especially with the World Cup this year, I don't think Bukayo Saka is going to be fit for a long time, and people will hate on him and say, oh, he hasn't done this and he hasn't done that. But anyone who plays at a high level knows.
I think you said this in the group. I think you said blessing in disguise him getting injured right now in this season, especially for that Chelsea game. Yeah. Because it kind of forces us to figure out how to play through Madueke.
And it forces us to play differently because Madueke is a completely different player.
And I was cussing him before that cross into Zubimendi. I was like, yo, none of our wingers can put in a cross. He cut back in, put that cross in on that dime.
What a piece. That's what I'm saying, man. And we have the players to do that. We have the quality to do that. Same thing with Martinelli. What's he doing? Using his left foot on the right side. Same thing. So
and a little bit of confidence will take you far, man.
And the thing is that if that's the way they're all being programmed to play, to cut back in like that, and then I'm fine, because the thing with Madueke is when he takes it down line, and the other thing, a lot of people give Madueke because they're like, oh, his final product, and he doesn't always find the best pass. If Madueke would he's having the Theo Walcott issue. If he would just slow down after he beats his man and take a second, then he doesn't realize that the man is gone. He is gone. The guy can't even reach you with his arms. So just slow up a little bit and then make a decision. Another thing Madueke has is his change of pace. The way he could cut back in and cut back out. No one is. I saw them talking on Instagram. They asked Martinelli who the fastest in training is, and he said Madueke.
Has to be.
So if you're faster than Martinelli, man, all you got to do is get that final product together, and he could become a weapon for us, honestly.
And I think it's going to work when we start figuring out how to, because have you noticed we've been scoring a little more from crosses into the middle, I think, against Kyrat, and even though it's Kyrat, you know, Gyökeres got one in the middle, Zubamendi got one off of the header. Those crosses into the middle were starting to look dangerous off of that. That being said as well, even if Madueke doesn't get that final product or that final cross into the box, if we're so productive from our set pieces, I have no problem him running it down the line and getting a corner. That's part of our game. That's part of our game.
I'm saying. The way Arsenal's playing right now, if I'm a midfielder, I'm shooting from distance. I think we talked about this. If I'm a midfielder on Arsenal, I'm shooting from distance because I could either score deflection and it could, you know, get an easy tap in, or it's a corner for us.
Right.
I also want to see more of Havertz and Gyökeres. They seem to.
I forgot to mention that.
They seem
that looks like a connection.
Yeah,
immediately.
Them boys is.
Immediately.
I saw that Gyökeres run. Like, Havertz put that ball in there first
right
time.
Where he
I said, wait a minute. I said, hold on, is that easy?
He looked at him and he was like, yo,
imagine five of those through balls a game. Gyökeres is getting hat tricks again.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, you know, it's easy because the level at Sporting is much different. But if you give a striker multiple chances, something's gonna happen.
And that takes off the pressure as well from Kai Havertz having to be like, I have to score, or I'm the main attacking threat, you know, because last season he was our main attacking threat. We're trying to run the whole attack through Kai. Now it's just like, no, I'm here to run past the goalkeeper in the 96th minute if I need to.
Now I can drop deep. Now I can link up with Zubamendi in the midfield, because with Kai Havertz's height, he can do things that other players naturally can't, you know.
What formation were we playing in with Kai Havertz and Gyökeres?
It didn't look like 4-4-2 necessarily, but at the end of the day, that's what it came out to, because, you know, they had the two holding midfielders not coming up too much across half, and then Gyökeres and Havertz were, you know, he was kind of free. And to see Eze not doing much, I swear, man, I'm telling y'all now, once we get some trophies, that man is gonna get the leash taken off,
and we're
gonna see the best years of him. Because what else did we buy him for? His best qualities is his improvisation and his dribbling. What else did we get him for?
Another big shout out to this player, and he's invincible, so we have to put respect on his name. But Hincapi,
listen, man.
Baller.
Listen, man. I don't know if you saw my Leeds game, my post match, but
I did.
His speed, his aggressiveness, the South American tackling. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, man, like
his cutting, he's able to whip in across too.
People will be mad at me for saying this, but we should have had a player of his level 2 seasons ago, knowing that Gabriel and Saliba will pick up injuries and suspensions throughout a season. That's what I was saying. A couple years ago, we were so dependent on Saliba and Gabriel, which is fair because they're the best. But you know what it was as well? Can't be a top team with 2 center backs.
You know what it was as well? We were looking for that Kieran Tierney, level up.
Yeah.
You know, because Tierney had the grit, the mentality. It's just he lacked in his skill. He couldn't be converted in the midfield. And he had
He's
that
an
pace.
old school left back, man.
He's an old school left back, so he couldn't really convert to what we were looking for. But I thought Tierney was quality.
I always a Tierney fan. I love a left back who tackles hard. I love a left back who crosses every single time he gets by the man. I mean, he grew up in the Scottish Prem with old school players playing at Celtic. So,
is this our starting 4 then in the back? Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapi, or are we putting Calafiori in when he gets back?
Listen, man, I'm a big Calafiori fan, but for me, it's got to be Hincapi. Like, I just think he's too dynamic. He's too everything that Calafiori can do. I feel like Hincapi can do as well, if not a little bit better. Calafiori's got pace. Hincapi's got more pace.
Right.
Calafiori's got a good cross. Hincapi, for me, has an even better cross. That shot he took against Chelsea, man, bruh. Yes. Not to say anything, because Calafiori is known for his bangers for us, but I just love that the depth is so ridiculous. I really do, honestly.
I agree. So the 2 differences between the formations we had between Chelsea and the Kyrat game. Similar formation, whereas Chelsea we set 4-3-3 flat. Against the Kyrat game, we sat with 3 more attacking. So it's almost like a triangle with Eze and Havertz right behind the forward three.
Yes.
And then whoever was sitting back at the time. But like you said, that definitely gives more support to Gyökeres and Havertz to maneuver. I kind of like that formation more to Odegaard starting. I don't have a problem with Odegaard coming
Yeah,
off the bench.
definitely. And the thing with Jesus being in form too, it's like
I forgot
every
about
option we put, in, it's like the defense of the other team is like, dang. Because if we go with Gyökeres, the other team is okay. It's going to be speed, power, and a shot. You know, we put in Jesus, the other team's looking at us like, dang, we have to double team him, or else he's going to dance through us.
that.
You put Havertz up top, we have clinical finishing, we have link up play, and we have an aerial threat. So there's going to be times where Gyökeres, Jesus, and Havertz play all together. Maybe not at the same time, but we're going to see more of them because ever since these guys have been all fit, there's no more set piece FC. We're scoring from open goals. You know what I mean?
You said Gabriel Jesus coming back was like a new signing. I wanted to fight you on that one, man. I didn't like when you said that, but hey,
I'm telling you, that bit of skill he did for his goal.
Yeah.
Telling you, man.
He scored a header. He scored 4 goals since he's been back?
Right. He's on fire, man.
He's on fire right now.
Like, yeah, Brazil is like, hey, we needed that because I'm telling you, Gabriel Jesus is going to have a great World Cup. Yeah. I'm telling you now.
Where does this put you now in your belief? If you could give me like a 70% of the way there, 80% of the way there. How are you feeling? Let's just talk about the league. I told someone yesterday that we're winning the quadruple.
Yeah.
You know, I like to speak things into existence. And if you don't believe in it, it can never happen. But how are you feeling about finishing the season?
All right, man. I'm gonna bounce off like exactly what you said, you know. People who don't believe in magic, they don't see magic.
They don't see it.
They don't see it. So for me, being optimistic, I feel like we have the squad to win at least a treble. Now, Steph, can you imagine the levels of banter if we win the quadruple? Netflix drops a documentary right next to the Man City one called Quadruple.
Yep.
And then it's like, when Man City gets all those charges, what are they going to say to Arsenal? What are they going to say? Oh, they scored a bunch of corners. Man City cheated. Man City has so many charges, and everyone forgets about that. So yeah,
they choose to ignore it. It's not they forget. They hate Arsenal so much that they just overlook.
People have told me I would rather City get another 10 charges and win a trophy than Arsenal win, and I'm like, that's what's wrong with football, right there.
It doesn't make sense.
That's what's wrong.
I asked our good mutual friend yesterday, who's the best team in England right now? Well, now I'm still waiting for Arteta. You know, they don't want to see it. They can't admit it.
3 years ago, when Trent Alexander-Arnold was
whipping in free kicks and corners.
Everyone's like, Liverpool set piece mastery. No one was calling them Stoke FC. No one was calling them set piece FC.
What has Trent done since?
Exactly.
Where is Trent?
What I mean?
You know, let's respect the game. So,
like I said, man, I think we're gonna win the Premier League. The next 3 games of the Premier League, because I don't want to be overly optimistic, but the next 3 games will decide it. If we win the next 3 games, it's done.
Sunderland,
it doesn't even
Brentford,
matter.
Wolves, and then to finish off February, we have friends from down the road.
Woohoo! Goodness.
That'd be a nice February.
So that's what I'm saying. If we win the next 3 games, like it would take a travesty in our defense for us not to continue on and win.
Complete capitulation, and
you know what I said,
mean? With us winning this last game against Chelsea to take us back to Wembley, I think that mentality shift is happening. The boys see it now. They believe. Not only do they see it, they believe in themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the difference. So, I can say, hey, fire is hot, but we're out here burning teams now, man. I'm telling you, it's coming.
It's different.
Do you want to keep Arteta if we start getting trophies? I haven't asked many Arsenal fans that question, but if we win some trophies, we're keeping him.
When it works, it works. You don't go away from what's working. You don't reinvent the wheel. If he proves that, trust the process and I got you here. I mean, honestly, even now, like compared to what I was saying at the beginning of the season, I wanted him out. I said he has to win a trophy now or it's done.
It's true.
We have to break up. But the fact that this man has us in contention for 4 trophies, and convincingly as well.
And the way that he's rebuilt the squad, the way he's rebuilt the fan base, the way that he has shaped Arsenal. Like I said,
It
I
feels
love
good to be
Arsene
an
Wenger.
Arsenal fan,
I love
right?
George Graham. I love all these guys. But literally, we're watching history. 20 years from now, people are going to say Arteta was one of the most influential coaches at Arsenal. That's what people are
Right.
going to say because it's look what he's doing.
It is true, and it just feel good to say that. The realist in me also wants to say there's some chinks in the armor that I see, and it always comes down to Arteta. It always comes down to
Yes, yes.
So let's say we go to a Sunderland now and we tie 1-1, or we drop points against Brentford or Wolves. Then the same questions I had last week come back up again. What is Arteta like? Why is his message not getting across to these boys? Why can't they not keep consistent when it comes to battering these small teams? You know, I know it's the Prem and every game is going to be hard, but we have such a morale boost from this Chelsea game. We should be able to walk into Sunderland and put 4 against them.
And that's what, honestly, I'm telling you, Sunderland is a team that their no fear style is going to go against them this time because what happened last time? What we tied them 2-2, right?
Yes.
And I think and it was a great game. Sunderland's is gonna think, oh, you know,
same old Arsenal.
Different Arsenal this game. Same thing when Aston Villa beat us. What happened when we played them right after? Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
So
to answer your question, we keep Arteta. I'm happy with Arteta right now. Even if we now let's flip this. All right, I got one for you. We don't win any trophies this season. We lose in the finals. You know, do you keep Arteta?
I'm dehydrated from crying. I'm telling you, man. If that's the case, like we talked about before, every piece is set for Arsenal now. The last piece might be a new coach.
Real. It's real.
Because here's the thing, especially with the day and age and social media and the way the internet is. Arteta won't want to coach Arsenal anymore if we don't win trophies this season.
He wouldn't be able
to it'll just be it would take a Sam Allardyce mentality. It would take a David Moyes mentality. And Arteta's not built like that. Those old school managers, they would be able to handle something like this. Arteta, he might never coach again. I wouldn't want him at any team. This might be his first job and last job if he doesn't win anything this season. It's the truth. It's the way things go.
Yeah.
The way things go.
This could break him.
So to answer the question, if we don't get any trophies, he's got to go because our team is too good and football is a very short career. In 3 years, we could be on a crazy level. We can't let a coach hold us back.
That's facts. I don't want us to end up like a Belgium. We lose our golden generation.
Yeah, man.
This is a pivotal time for us. And
I don't want us to be like, I hate to say it, man, but I don't want us to be like England and people be like, oh, y'all had Gerrard and Scholes and Beckham and Rooney. How'd y'all not win? Because that's what they're going to say. They're going to be like, bro, y'all had Eze and Saka and Yorkeres and
we have no excuses. You know? We have no excuses.
None, man. None. We have the best defenders. We have the best system, in my opinion. And we have the best fans right now when we're winning. Unfortunately, it's because of the things that have happened to Arsenal. But I feel like from what Arsenal was fan-wise 5 seasons ago to now,
I was going
night and day, man. It's night and day.
Something up because on social media, I've seen a lot of new fans pop up. The fandom is going crazy. You know, a lot of influencers who support Arsenal all of a sudden, a lot of Arsenal content. You know, and I was thinking about it too. Like, if it wasn't for like platforms like AFTV, would there really be like fan football content to the level it's at right now?
Nah.
You know, and that's off of Arsenal. That's off of Arsenal fans. We're the best fan base in the world.
And if you think about it this way, right? If you're a business, right? What's something that you would do to make content? You'd probably post some negativity because people will click negativity before positivity.
AFTV.
And Arsenal, unfortunately, has been the negative content that everyone needs. Oh, they bottled it again. Oh, second place again. Let me tell you something. Outside of an Arsenal fan, I have fans who support every team in the Premier League. I have friends who support teams in the Championship, right? Any other team besides Arsenal gets second place 3 years in a row in the Premier League. They're going to be like, wow, what a team, man. What a performance.
Top team.
They are so consistent. They're always challenging for a title. Arsene Wenger kept us top 4 for 20 years, right? So what happened now, the expectations are different. The expectations are different now. City could lose to any team, and it's like, oh, City played bad. If Arsenal loses to that same team, oh, Arsenal's the worst, and Arteta, and this and that. That's what I'm saying, man. There's no in between. So the real Arsenal fans, they're the ones who deserve these trophies this season. They're the ones who deserve it, because these fake Arsenal fans who just hopped on maybe 5 years ago, and they're like, oh yeah, I miss Lacazette and Aubameyang. They don't know what we went through. You know,
They don't understand. They don't understand.
They think that we're the bottle club. They think that we're
Nicholas
this and that.
Bittner. They don't remember.
Right.
They don't remember
Shama.
Yeah.
I was talking to my Southampton friend, right? And he said, isn't it crazy how Southampton made Theo Walcott, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Gareth Bale, Sadio Mane, Virgil van Dijk, right? All these players used to play for Southampton, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, man, must be nice to keep getting second. We're not even in the Prem anymore. So yeah. every club wants to be us, whether they want to say it or not. Because think about it, man. I keep telling my friends, if it wasn't for Arsenal, the Premier League would be boring. We'd become the Bundesliga, the way that City has been taking care of business over the past
dominating. Because
it would be so boring, man. So yes, we got other teams, but we made it exciting. We made it challenging. We made it fun for the neutral. But now is our time. Now is our time, Steph. I'm telling you.
We would have had nothing to talk about for years if it wasn't for us, to be honest.
Yeah, man.
That's why you need us. But I want to continue this. Like and subscribe for those watching. Leave your comments below. This is Arsenal only. This is what we come to talk about. Arsenal only.
Yo, I can't wait to watch the Mo episodes on Madrid and the Josh episodes on United. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's their platform to talk and be in their space of peace. But we're also looking for more Arsenal fans. So if you're interested in jumping on the pod, we gotta come up for a name for this, somebody. We're gonna turn this into something.
Yeah, we're gonna we'll think of something good.
We'll work on it.
We'll think of something, because we know that Arsenal people want a safe place to come and not have to hear all the noise.
Arsenal only. And I'm gonna set it up where we have like a background. Everything's gonna be legit. So first episode of this Total 120 Football. I'm Steph. This is BoxSeats, and this is Arsenal only. Maybe Arsenal
Let's
only.
go.
What
Arsenal
you think
only.
about that? Arsenal only.
What about hold on. AOA? Arsenal only fans? Arsenal only?
AOF?
Yeah, we'll think of something,
We'll chat GPT here, bro.
Yeah.
My guy, I will talk to you later. I'm going to text you in a bit, and we'll go from there, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, peace.